Good morning everyone, it's Monday the 6th of July 2020 and today we are doing some phonics because it's Monday and we're revisiting our tricky words from phase 3. So they're words that we've already seen somewhere but they might not be quite stuck into our brains just yet. Tricky words are words that we read and write often, a lot. They pop up all over the place, tricky words, so keep an eye out for them everywhere. We call them tricky words because we can't use our sounds to read them. They try and trick us. We can't use our sounds to decode them. We just have to remember what they look like. And we have to remember the order of the letter shapes. Sometimes there's a pattern that we can use to help us with this. So in one of the phases, we have words like me. This word is me because in a short word like this, sometimes the makes an E sound. It says its own name. And we can remember that that's me. And we can also use that pattern to help us remember that me with a W can be we. So we now can know me, we, be, be. We can also know E, if that's making an E sound, he, and we all pop along this way, we can also know sh, E, she. So even though this does make the F sound usually on its own, sometimes in a short word, and in these tricky words, it makes the E sound. So we can know she, we can know be, we can know we, and we can know me. Fabulous. Speaking of putting things into our brains, let's warm up our brains with some flashcards. I thought we'd do the digraphs, just the digraphs today. If you want to practice the single letter sounds, you can use Speed Trials, the one with the car on on Phonics Play. It's very good. Right, let's start with the vowels. A, E, I, O, oo, or Here's some more digraphs for you. These aren't the vowels. It's a short one, like in moth. Or oi, oi, ch, sh, That is all of our digraphs we have for today. Right, let's have a look at some tricky words from phase 3. Off we go. Okay, here we go. Here are our tricky words today that we are learning. Now, you might already know some of these, in which case, brilliant, well done. So today we're just going to try and glue them into our brains a little bit more. This one at the top. Remember, we can't use our sounds for these because they're tricky, so we're just going to have to remember that a W, an A and an S. W-ats, not was. It says was. Every time I give the word a wiggle, you can say the name. Was. Well done. That word is was. Next we have, looks like it might say owl. It's not owl, it says all. This word says all. Now you say all. This word says all. This word was, and this word is all. Was, all. This word looks like a he, but it's got a r on the end. In fact, we know that these two letters here make the sound. This word is her, and it starts with a h, so that can help us remember. This says her. It says her. Well done. Like her hair is beautiful. This word was all. This word was. This word here, well, actually the beginning is a clue for us in this word. It's got this digraph, which we know makes the R sound, and this word is the word are. The whole word says the word are. The E doesn't make a sound in this word. One word, are, as in we are in Ash class. Are. We are brilliant at phonics. Well done. So we had are, we had her, we had all, we had was, and this last one starts with a This word says my. You probably see this quite a lot around. This word says my. Sometimes the Y, the Y, makes a E sound when it's on its own in a short word. This word says my. It says my. Well done. Right. Do you remember this word? Of course you do. We just read it. This word says my. And if you want to write my, you're going to start at the top. Sorry, I'm trying to do this with my mouse, so it might not be beautiful. Start at the top. You keep your pencil on the page. Down again. And over. If you're doing the Y, you go round, and the tail for the Y, if you're writing it on a line, goes under the line. There we are. This word says my. We've written my. Have a go on your whiteboards at writing the word my. Okay, next word. This word, do you remember it? Are. Yeah, we know it's are. That F doesn't make a sound in this word. Are, and we're writing an A, so we need to start by going round its tummy all the way up and give it a tail. Did you notice I did not take my pen off the page to write that whole letter shape? You don't need to. And now for the R. And an F. There we go. You can have a go at writing R on your whiteboard or on your page. Pause the video if you need more time. This word says her. It's got that digraph that can help us remember her. So let's do our nice tall neck like a giraffe on our, and it goes all the way over for the end. And we're very good at these. You're very good at these. And her, her. Have a go at writing it on your page. Remember this word? Was, not was. It looks a bit like it says was, doesn't it? It doesn't. It says was. So to do our W, this is quite a fun one to do because it's like a zigzag. W, with one point in the middle. W. It's got there. That's got a lead out. We won't worry about the lead out. W. Ah. I bet you've been better at writing your ah than me. And a was. I think this is the last one. This word says all. We're going to write all again. We're going to do our A, our A, without taking our pen off the page in one go. There you go. All. Ooh, nice and tall. Your alls should be taller than your A. They're ascenders, we call them, because they ascend to the sky. They go up really high. All. Right, remember these words again? I'm going to wiggle them. You're going to say them. Off you go. Well done. Can you do them out of order though? What about this one? What about this one? This one? This one? And finally, well done. Right, we have some sentences with those words in. Oh dear, he looks a bit upset. Let's see what the sentence says, see what he's saying. Do you remember this word? It's got a capital at the beginning because it's the beginning of a sentence. But the word is one of our tricky words. Now, if we need a clue, we can always reveal the clues under the box. Do you think you need a clue? Let's try it without and then see how we go. This word, Now, let's look at our clue. Oh, look, it's the same as this word here. Do you remember this one? That's a tricky word, we know it. My. That one's a tricky word. This one is not, so we can use our sounds. K, O, T, coat. So far we have my coat. Now we've got another tricky word. Can you see it? Can you remember what this one is? Was. Was. My coat was. Oh, I'm going to have to move you up, buddy. Sorry. We've got an all. My coat was all. This last word is not a tricky word, so we can use our sounds for w, et, wet. My coat was all wet. I think I agree. His coat is all wet, isn't it? Oh dear. My coat was all wet. Brilliant using your tricky words. Let's see what this girl has to say, what this sentence says. She has got some pets here. Okay. Now again, we've got a capital at the beginning of our sentence because it's the beginning of a sentence and they always have capital letters at the beginning. Let's see, can you remember what that word is? This is a tricky word, the first word. Oh, I meant to do it in yellow, sorry. Well done, it is her. It's got that sound to remind us. Her, her. This word we're going to use our sounds. P, et, s, p, et, p, et, s, pets. Her pets. Tricky word. Are. Her pets are. This word we've just read. All. All. Her pets are all. Using our sounds. Ish. Fish. Her pets are all fish. All of her pets are fish. There they are. Very nice fish they are indeed. Okay, now we are going to write a sentence. The sentence we're going to write together is my plants are all green. My plants are all green. We're going to write the sentence, my plants are all green. Now these are the clues. If you want to look at them, you can. If not, just ignore them. My plants are all green is 5 words and it's going to start with the tricky word my. Can you find the tricky word my? Well done. It's going to start with a capital because it's the beginning of a sentence. Of course, always a capital. My. Now I can borrow the spelling from here if I need to. My plants. Now plants is not a tricky word, so we can use our sounds. P, oo. Now, if you are someone who has a different accent to us from the south, if you're from the north of England, you might say plants. And that is how we're going to use our sounds to spell the word. So it's going to be p. Hold on, actually, I need to leave my finger space first. Nice big gap. P. You can do your p with one shape on the paper. You don't need to take your pen off to make your p. P. Ooh. And we're going to do plants, a bit like Miss Priest would say. P. P. Ooh. A. Plants, not plants. Although we could put an R. But that wouldn't be how we spell it. But that would sound how we say it, wouldn't it? P, o, a, n, t, t, s, because there's more than one. Plants, my plants. My plants are. Can you see the R? It's a tricky word. Yes, it's that one. R. Oh, I nearly forgot my finger space. Let's leave a nice big finger space there. R. Are. Now it's not just the R digraph, is it? It has an E on the end to make it the whole word. My plants are all, oh we've got that, I'm going to borrow it from the clues section, are all, do you like the finger space? I was pretty impressed with my own finger space. All, my plants are all green. Green is not a tricky word. Green we can use our sounds for. Green. G, r, e, n. That's going to be 4 sounds. One of those is the E digraph. G. We're going to start with a gr. G, r, gr. E. Like the E or donkey. G, r, in. Green. N. green. And to show that my sentence has finished, to show that I have stopped my sentence, I'm going to put a full stop dot at the end. My plants are all green. Well done for writing that super sentence. We have got another sentence now. So you can do this today, or you can save this for another day, because I know it's quite a lot of writing to do. So let's reveal the clues. And the sentence we're writing is, her doll was a gift. Her doll was a gift. So her, do we have a her? Her is a tricky word. There it is, there it is. Sneaky clue, her. But we're not going to write it with that letter shape, we're going to write it with a capital, because it's the first word in the sentence. Her. Her doll was a gift. Her doll. D-o-l. Doll. Finger space. D-o-l. Doll. Nice tall ools and nice tall d neck, please. Her doll was. And was is a tricky word. Oh, but it's there. It's there to borrow. Finger space. Was. W. Was. Her doll was. See, it tries to trick you, was, and it tries to trick you into thinking that should be an o, but it's not, it's an a. Her doll was a or a, finger space, a. That's a nice easy word, we all can do an a. Her doll was a gift. Gift we'll use our sounds for. G, I, t. G. Did you leave a finger space? I bet you did. G, I, t. Gift. Gift. Full stop to finish your sentence. You've just written, her doll was a gift. Brilliant work, everyone. Well done, everybody. Tricky words are so important for us to remember. They really help us to grow our confidence in our reading and our writing, and they help us to be a little bit speedier as well as you get to know more and more words. So they're really great, and they're fun to learn too. So today, this week, one of your jobs at home is a scavenger hunt with tricky words. I think you'll really enjoy that one. You can also play things like tricky word trucks on Phonics Play. That's always great fun. You can do lots of other things with your writing as well, with your handwriting. Writing on windows, I've seen people do. Writing with Play-Doh. You can write words in all different ways to practice those tricky words and to glue them into your brain. So as soon as you'll see it, you'll know. You'll say, oh, that's her, that's was, that's all, that's they, that's you. That's all of the tricky words that we are learning this year. Well done. I will see you tomorrow for a story, and I'll see you on Friday as well for a story, and next Monday for another Phonics. Have a lovely week. Bye bye, everybody.